Happy Friday, y'all. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Hey, Mama Shirley. Hey, Sam. Hey, Mr. BS. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Hey, Miss Vanessa. How is everybody? Hey, Simply Belle. How you doing, sis? Happy Friday, y'all. Listen, it took me a minute to say happy Friday because my brain was processing. Is it Friday or Sunday? It was in the process. I glitched. Just for a second, y'all. I glitched. How is everybody doing? How has y'all week been? It has been a long week and for me. And yes, Simply Bell, TGIF. Because what? And it's been at my own doing, y'all. I'm just trying to I'm trying to put in work. And the work I'm trying to put in is for y'all. But just know your girl is over here putting in work, trying to get some things out to y'all. Hey, Big Dog Reg, how you doing, fam? Happy Friday. So how was y'all week? What up? What? What up, OD Tank? I'm confused. I'm confused. What up, E? How you doing, sis? Happy Friday, y'all. Something doing right on this side. Lane right. Anywho, who is Scott? Who is Gina Scott? And what is the question marks? I don't know who I'm supposed to be. I don't know. You got to give me more context because sometimes first of all, I'm exhausted, so my brain ain't processing. I know I'm supposed to get Jill. You better know it. I'll take that. Now that I will take. Yes, I love me some Jill Scott. Now stop playing. Hey, Sunshine, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. I look like Jill. Listen. Yeah, you hurt my feelings. I'll take it. Look, send Jill my pig. Tell Jill to hit me up. I can't sing, but I'll lip sync up there on stage with her. We will show out. Y'all know Jill shows out. I have seen her in concert too, y'all. And Jill is the real deal. Like, stop playing with her. It's been a long time, but I saw Jill in concert. She actually opened up for Patti LaBelle, and Patty was like, "Y'all dead." She came, literally. Patty came on stage and was like, "Y'all dead wrong for having that girl open up for me. Like, why would y'all do that?" She like, "I'm supposed to follow that." Now, don't get me wrong, Patty ain't no. She don't play either. Mind you, I said this was a long time ago. They did let Erica out the tent. Y'all are terrible. So how's y'all week been? Mine, I checked my bank account. It don't look like Jill's. But I'm just saying, that's my girl. Because I'm living this life like it's golden. And that's fact. I do not. Oh no, sir. We don't need a care. Mm-mm. No, sir. No, OG Tank, because I don't sing. As much as people hear my voice and they be like, "You have such a melodic voice." I've even had pastors ask me, "Do I sing?" The answer is no. And the sad part is, I'm a little upset about it because I come from a family full of singers. Y'all heard me. My cousin Brooke, who be coming in the chat sometimes, she tell you, family full of them on my mother's side, which is the side Brooke is related to me on, full of singers. I mean, littles to bigs. We all are very artistic in some way, though. All of them are singers. Some of them can play, and we have a lot of instrumental ones. A lot they can play instruments. We are descendants, Brooke and I both. Her and my great grandmother, her grandmother, were siblings, um, and they were 15 of those children, and every single one of them could either sing or play an instrument. Now, my great 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 grandparents only had 14 of those kids. They adopted the 15th. So 14 were their children. The 15th child was adopted. And I kid you not, every matter of fact, Brooke's grandmother is on YouTube because she was on a label. She had actually got signed to a label. So she actually has music that gets played on the YouTubes. Her name is Eleanor Wright, if you want to look her up. And she is on the YouTube. Eleanor Wright. Anywho, off of that tangent, I can't sing. Brooke might be able to hold a note though. I don't know. But I know I can't. I didn't get the gift. Hey Urban, how you doing, sis? I did go off on a tangent though, didn't I? Oh no. I didn't say I don't sing. I said I can't sing. That's two different things, Dale. I literally just got home not too long ago from belting gospel songs in my car. Sometimes I just need that praise and worship, and I be, girl, stop. You can't tell me I'm not part of the choir. Stop playing. I'm repping the altos. Now, if I was in the choir, they tell me to hush, but that ain't the point. Hey TK, hey sis, hey Analytic, how y'all doing? Happy Friday. Yo, what is my clothes giving me a malfunction? Like, sit right. I see my bra strap on one side. I just need to let it go, right? Badu is a right. Is she? Might be related. Badu is a Pisces as well, and so am I. And I recognized her personality very quickly. That is centricness. And don't be messing up my alto section. TK, if I'm in the alto section, my lips will be moving. Sounds will not come out. I won't mess up. I won't have the people in the back be like, what is that we hearing? We not doing that. I'm just going to be up there giving it by all quietness. But y'all won't know the words are coming out my mouth. But let me in my car, it's going to be out. It's coming out. Her eyes are crazy. They're like a hazel color, right? Like a light brown, which is another thing I didn't get. I do have probably a slightly like lighter tone to my eyes, but they really are just brown to me. Both of my brothers and my mom all have light brown eyes. They just get me. They just get me. It's cool though. It's cool. I'm the only girl, and I don't get the voice. I don't get the light brown eyes. They got real nice, strong fingernails. Mine are brittle. They break easy. That's why I have to keep them done. Because if I don't, they'll break. Whole thing. Thanks for stopping through, Analytic. Have a good day, sis. My daughter 8 months. Somebody else hit me up that they jam got snatched from them too, though. Big Dog Reg. My bad. My bad. I didn't even get to taste this. Oh, you're gonna have to do another giveaway. Ask her how was it. Now she ate it up. It was good. That's what's up. And actually, the two people who have now, you're the second person, but the other person who said that is also in Chicago. That theirs got snatched up. I think they did get a taste though. I'm just saying. So y'all know what we're gonna be talking about today. I'm just trying to let some people come in. We're gonna be talking about that money. We're gonna talk about a little bit about some budgeting. I got a scripture there because it came to my mind earlier this week, and I was like, that will be the scripture for today's lie. The plans of the diligent lead to profit, but haste leads to poverty. And haste is those people, and a lot of us are those people, so I'm not judging, who are impulsive and just do things without thinking it through. And just do it. Those YOLOs. Those YOLOs. YOLOs kind of live in a haste. But we have to be diligent so that we can, have profit, so that we can be financially secure. But we're going to talk about it. Says all the Lord asked was that we make a joyful noise unto him. Now, and when I'm in the congregation, 1000%, he's going to get all the joy, all the noise, all the glory. Yes. But I'm not going to do that to the choir. But 100% sis. 100. You said you weren't going to tell my business today. I am. Today, every day, I'm about to drag you through the mud. So, y'all, this whole thing is going to be on Erica. Don't let me join the choir. Miss sure look, me either. Me either. Listen. I get so upset every time I think about it. All my little cousins and stuff just belting out. All my elder cousins. It's all good. It's all good. And I know y'all probably gonna think, well, you probably got this, or you probably no. They got too many of the things. They need to share some of that stuff with me. I sent money today to me just because and did a budget this morning. To who? Who you send money to just because? I think that's a typo. What are we talking about? I sent money today. Just look, I done read it 3 times now because I'm like, what are we saying? Send money to who? Eric, I need more because I know it didn't come to me. Let me check some things, but I know it didn't come to me because for one, why would you be sending me money? And for two, I ain't had no notifications of no money. Oh, your child. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I ain't had no notifications of no money coming through any of the avenues that they could come to me on. Had to make sure. Where's my money to Eric? That part, Big Dog Reg. I'm like, wait a minute. Who we sending money to? Like, let me check my stuff. Let me check it out. Make sure I ain't got no money that I don't know about. All right. So, what we got? Oh, ain't nobody in here tonight. Y'all playing me tonight? Let me share my live in case YouTube ain't pushing me out. Because there's usually way more people in here than it is right now. What's... Let me see. Or y'all just ain't trying to talk about that money. Listen, I'm not gonna put y'all in the hot seat. You can't live up under a rock. You gotta come up from under there. Can't be afraid to talk about it. Because you can't have change without it. I'm just sharing the link. I mean, not the yeah the post, the live, y'all. Sorry, just sharing it on my channel. You don't know that, Erica. That's an assumption. You don't even know if I make one time more. That is an assumption. I just make it look that way. You have no idea. Big Dog Reg ain't subscribed to you, Erica. I am in the bin. I am nothing is proper. Scrambling to find herbs and garden and where I put canner. Oh, you're about to do some. Listen, Urban, I need to post something in our group chat because your girl has been processing tomatoes all week. Y'all saw I did a post where I showed tomatoes I got from my neighbor. I have two of those lids. That was a piece of a box of something I ordered. It's a top and a bottom around the same size as the one that I had the tomatoes in that y'all saw. I have two of those full. I had two of those full of tomatoes and a bucket, 5-gallon bucket with some tomatoes in it. Yesterday, I'm literally a zombie right now. I kid you not. I am exhausted to the point that I don't even know how I'm sitting here, but I am. I'm being serious too. I am exhausted, y'all. Serious. Every day I've come home and done some process with these tomatoes because I didn't want them to go bad. But I had to wash all of them up, and I wanted to wash them all up. Start thinking of which order I wanted to do the things in, and all that stuff. Yesterday, as much as the tomatoes I was using, I was still having so many tomatoes left. I was like, girl, you might have overdid it. Like, I have a lot. So yesterday I was like, just wash them up, put them in freezer bags and freeze them for now. And then you could process them later. So that's what I did yesterday. My fermented garlic finally sank in the honey. I told you it would be fine. And even if it shouldn't even be fermenting anymore now, Urban. It should just be resting in the honey at this point. And when you open it, you shouldn't even hear a lot of air like you were when you burped it before. Mine doesn't. You did another job. I did the same thing with already peeled. Why do the same thing, Urban? I did it in a 1/2-gallon jar. I went and bought a bag of peeled garlic from the store, and I did another one with that. But that was because my thought process, which I might still do, but I don't know yet, because shipping those jams and jellies and peppers let me know that shipping is expensive. But I was going to put them in little jars and send to people as a start for cold season. I was going to do that. That's why I did a 1/2-gallon jar of it. So we'll see. That one is still fermenting though. I did the same thing. Look, great minds, girl. Great minds. I haven't been getting any notifications. She hasn't made any content. You ain't missing nothing. She up here talking. She probably laughing too as she's typing. What might fermented tomatoes be like? Probably delicious. But she's talking about are you talking just in general, Sam? Because me and Urban were talking about the garlic and honey. But I'm sure fermented tomatoes will be great. I think I could tell you Saturday night, tomorrow night, 9:00, TT's Urban Pantry will be going live, and her and I are going to be making salsa live on her channel. So that is 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be live on TT's Urban Pantry channel. If somebody could drop her link, that would be great. It probably comes up in one of the Nightbot notifications. But we're going to make salsa. We do not make our salsa the same. I prefer a smooth salsa. TT prefers a chunky salsa. So you'll see it's not canned differently. We just prep ours differently. So you'll see that you can make your salsa to your liking, how you like to have your salsa. Um, so yeah, we are different there. We're the same way with pasta sauce. I like a smooth pasta sauce. TT likes a chunky pasta sauce. So I usually blend down my veggies and she keeps them very chunky in her sauces. So, you know, it just shows you that you can make it both ways. But I'm planning on doing rotel, crushed tomatoes, my pasta sauce, just some plain tomato sauce, um, ketchup, um, some tomato and herb vinaigrette, salsa. I think that might be it. I don't remember. Actually, I did think about maybe doing, and I might do it because I'll need to take some of the juice off of the tomatoes anyway. To it helps it cook down faster, and I may do like a tomato soup. So take a lot of the juice from the tomatoes and then some of the tomato puree in it and make some tomato juice. I did. Okay, so I did some I roasted tomatoes, garlic, onion, some bell pepper, and a few hot peppers to do my rotel. My rotel was made with roasted veggies. Mm-hmm. Seen Chucky some. So you definitely can roast the tomatoes for your sauces if you want to. You absolutely can. Or for crushed tomatoes, you don't have to make it into a sauce. You absolutely can roast them first. I haven't tasted it yet. I haven't tasted it yet. I'm prepping it for canning. So I'm in the process of doing some content for you guys. So I'm doing prep. That's what I'm doing. So I'm prepping the things to be able to then process and all that, but I did not taste it yet. Also, I'm not seasoning it because it's a rotel. So I don't know. They may put salt or something. I didn't put anything in it other than what I just told you I roasted. Tomatoes, garlic, onion, bell pepper, hot pepper. That's all that's going in it. It's going to get chunked up, like crushed up, and then jarred up and canned. And I like to use that for chili, both my white chicken chili and my regular chili. I will put that in there. And I think it'll be good in like soups as well. So yeah, roasting my tomatoes now for the first time. It was my first time. It was my first time doing it as well, Urban. Look, I'm telling you. I am telling you. It wasn't bad. I just put everything on. I washed everything up good, put it on a cookie sheet, drizzled it with some grapeseed oil, and put it in the oven. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I could even do some smoked if I wanted to, some smoked veggies. I don't know if that's a thing for preserving them up. I don't have a preference of doing so. But I do have a smoker if I wanted to do that. But I just throw them in the oven. Hey Shamika, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. So who in the chat, honestly, whether you are perfect at it or you're still working on it, who in the chat currently budgets out their spending every month? Or more frequent than that, but every month you are budgeting out what you're bringing in to what you have to pay out, and then you're making up, you're budgeting for that in between stuff, those things that you might purchase in between to have monies to do that with. Who does that already? You do every week and month. I do every month, but I check off things as they clear my account. So I go back in my plan. I wish I would have brought my planner in here. But I go, I might have an old one in here. Hold on. Yeah, I got mosquito bites everywhere. Nope, but I need to. We're gonna get with it. We're gonna get with it. TK. This is my old everyday planner. Yeah, I'm a sticker girl too. So I like to just up my planners a little fancy. That was my last year one. But I think I got my last year budget one in here too. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. I think I just remember what I did was doing with it. Anyway, I go through at the towards the end, you're infrequent. Big Dog Red said I kind of made my own marinara sauce and vacuum sealed it. That works. And for half-gallon mason jars, I took some Walmart brand marinara and added a bunch of. That's okay. That is okay. That works too. What up, Mike? Hey, fam. Somebody told me vanilla extract is like a repellent for the mosquitoes. Yeah, it probably is. I haven't been up there that much though, and they still got me. I got one on this arm and this arm. Um, so what I do is I set up my planner. So probably next week, the end of next week, sometime over the weekend, I will set my planner up for the next month. So I will set it up for what's the next month? October. And I put in there some stuff doesn't change. Like my mortgage is the same every month. My car note is the same every month. Thank you, fam. Budget for ammo for not every month, but I do budget. But you budget for every month? Sheesh, sir. Um Really? Sheesh. What's your address again? No, just kidding. No, I don't have that. I don't even have that much ammo. I ain't gonna lie. I have a lot, but I ain't got that much. But I do also only have 3 different calibers of firearms for that reason, because I don't want to be buying a whole bunch. Vanilla definitely works. See, I would think they would want to eat the vanilla. It would attract them. Okay, so I was still trying to see if I had one in here, old one, but I don't. So what I do is every month I go in and I set it up for the next month. So the end of this month, I'll set it up for October with those things that stay the same, and then those things that will change. It's bothering me that I don't have no examples in my site. I've had so many goddamn planners over the years, but I've been trying to be more of a purge person instead of keeping things. And then this happens. I want something that I could show y'all, and I can't because most likely I purged it. God darn it. But I'm like, I had a big one. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. That was a meal planner. But I had a big one. That's a meal planner. I got all my meal planners in here. Anyway, but those things that change month to month, my utilities, my electric, my gas, my that might be it. Water, trash, those things can fluctuate. Trash really doesn't. It's usually the same amount every month. unless there's just an influx, and then that influx is going to be the same for however long, years or whatever. But what up, Sassy? How you doing, sis? Um, I go in and I put in all the things, so based on what I paid the month before. I will tell you this: when I first started doing my budget, I quickly realized all the years that I had been budgeting, I never accounted for everything. So that was the first thing I had to get used to, is accounting for everything. I would forget to account for the little things. My Sam's membership, my Costco membership, my Nintendo membership, my um now I just keep them somewhere. I have a book. I think this is, no, is it this one? Or is it, let's see. Not this one. But I have, oh, it's this one. I have a book that I keep all those little ones in so I don't forget them, because from the beginning I would. So I had all these small subscriptions that now I keep on a sticky inside this book, so that I don't forget those things that I need to be aware that could come out. My Ring membership. So I took some of the things off that I had on here. I used to have well, I got that again, but I wiped Canva off of this one. And I think I have Canva again. But I also took off WeVideo, which was an app that I used to use to edit my content. I don't use that anymore. So those things came off of my bill, but I only pay them annually. That's how I would forget. So I had to learn to track everything so that when those annual things popped out, because they were on auto pays, it wouldn't surprise me like, wait a minute, I didn't budget for that. So now I budget for everything, but now my budget is very condensed, because through budgeting, I found out the things that I was paying for that were unnecessary. Like, are you a member somewhere that maybe doesn't even do content anymore? You know, they probably haven't put out content in 2-3 years. Are you still a member over there and you just forgot because it was $1.99 or $2.99 and you don't even notice it? Go through your memberships, go through your Google account or whatever, however if you're on Apple, I don't know what account it would be, but I know on Android is in our Google account. I can see everybody it shows me being a member to. I'm a Patreon on some things. Is that person that I'm a Patreon on? Am I still watching or going into the Patreon? Am I still participating, or am I just paying for it because I don't really notice it because I don't? So yes, girl, I have a Nintendo and PlayStation membership. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because why not? It's going to give me discounts on stuff. So yes. Hey, Soul Diva, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. So that was like the biggest thing for me, narrowing in my budget that way. But the other question I had before I go too much into budgeting, and be honest, you don't have to go into numbers or anything, but who in the chat, no, I'm gonna phrase this differently. Who in the chat, if something was to happen today, let's just say $1,500 something happened today. Who in the chat, just by putting a 1 in the chat, if that thing happened today, you would be okay to pay it, not with a credit card. You have a fund set aside in your account that's for any type of emergency, no matter what it is. It doesn't have to be a $5,000 emergency. Let's just go with a $1,500 emergency. So a couple $1,000s saved over here that you don't touch. Who could do that today if that $1,500 thing happened from your account? Hey, Siege, I need to talk to you, girl. I need to hit you up. I'm gonna try to hit you up this weekend. I hope you have some time. I need to talk to you. So yes, who in the chat will be okay if that happened and it would not set you back? You wouldn't be happy. Nobody's ever happy to pay for that thing that happens that's unexpected. We're much more happier to go buy a new gun. I was talking about myself. My bad. Um, I'm much more happier. Yeah. But seriously, you're right. Okay, good. I would have to sell some plasma, whatever, Joe buy. I have a few garden memberships. I have to remember C. Yep, I wouldn't like it, but I'd be okay. That's me. Bell. I'll never like it. But I also appreciate the fact that I can. So I'm always grateful in the fact that I can. But trust and believe. Y'all girl is 48. She ain't been this good, but only maybe 8 years. I was literally it may be 7. I was in my 40s. I was already 40 before I really started being intentional with my budgeting. I always budgeted ever since I've been on my own, but I was never really intentional because I didn't understand what that even meant. So we're going to talk about that. But I was never really intentional because, like I said, I didn't think about the little things. I didn't think about how, like when I would budget, when I was in my 20s, I knew I was bringing in this amount and I knew my bills were this amount. And the bills I always concentrated on is I need a place to lay my head. So I was going to make sure wherever I was living, everything that was underneath that umbrella was taken care of. Water, electric, gas, rent, or mortgage, whatever it was. I needed a way to get to work. So car, gas, just car and gas, because really that's all I ever concerned myself with. And my child was at the time with my 20s, she was in private school when she got in school. But even before school, it was daycare. And even with school, she had after school care. So budgeting for private school, after school care, things like that. Even when she was little, budgeting for diapers, formula, stuff like that. So I always thought about the big stuff, but like I said, not the little stuff. Now back then, it wasn't a whole lot of little stuff. You didn't have a lot of apps and things like that going on. But now I used to find myself getting those things because it wouldn't be expensive, and then that stuff adds up. My biggest problem was a lot of times in my 20s going out to eat with coworkers. That was just always a thing. Where we worked at, there was a lot. It was a very, it was near one of our big malls, and it was just a lot of places to eat out there. So every day I'd be like, we going to such and such, you want to go? Girl, yeah. Say less. So every time it was just going and spending money. And then I would wonder why my account never had money. Hey, TLC. Hey, Sylviar. I would be upset about that because when I wrote it on paper and I got all my bills here, I got my rent, I got my utilities, I got my car, I got all the stuff there. It said I should have, I don't know, $800,000-$900,000 left to me to do whatever I might want to do. However, before my next payday, my account will be on oxygen. She will be on oxygen, praying that I didn't forget something and swiped for something that comes through before that paycheck hit. It never made sense to me. I promise you. I always be like, what up, Mike? I will always be like, what in the heck is going on? I know I should have this money, but I never see it. And it wasn't until I had to be honest with myself that the reason I never saw it is because I was spending it. I was going out to eat. Friends calling on the weekend, what you doing? We going to do XYZ. I'm going shopping or whatever. I'm spending it in little increments, but that adds up real fast. And you do it real fast. It's like you waited all day, all 2 weeks for pay week, and then you just blow through it. So when I got intentional about it, I started paying attention to my habits because I was the problem. So the way I was able to save money was me budgeting out my bills honestly. Even if I didn't remember something that, say for instance, September, I do my budget and I forget that my Nintendo subscription is going to come through. And I'm like, oh, I forgot I even had that. And that blow my budget for September. But then I'm going to make sure I have it logged so that next September that doesn't happen again. And I just did that with all the little things that came up. And that's why I started keeping a list of them in my little book. That way I wouldn't forget. I could go back here and make sure I put it on my calendar in my planner. Y'all, I'm a planner person. I'm a planner girl. I got a lot of them. But I would keep that in there so that I would know what things were coming out. And then I started budgeting for my fund so that I wouldn't blow my account, but I could still have fun. So if I would budget like right now, it might not seem like a lot to people, and it doesn't seem like a lot to me, but it's what I budget for myself. My I call it self-care, and this is I strictly spend it on me, and I budget $300 a month. A month is my self-care, and that covers me getting my nails done and my hair retied, and I don't even get that done every month. So, but it will cover those things, and then whatever other little things I want to do. If I want to go get craft stuff, if I want to go get garden stuff, but I also do budgeting for that. Like if I know when I knew I wanted to do my garden over, I started budgeting for what I was going to get to do it over. First, I go searching to see what it's going to cost me, and then because I'm cheap, what up, Fifi? Happy Friday! I go back and be like, okay, how can I do this at a less expensive way? Because what? Because I'm cheap. And it don't make it just it got to make sense at the same time because I'm a little more frugal with my money. So I budget for those things. I told you guys for events that I go to, the regular meetup, or um, if I want to go to Bug Out or something. If I want to go to an event, budgeting for that because I don't want to come home broke from nothing. That's not my life. I don't want to do that. I want to be somewhere and know I'm good. I want to know if something happened while I'm there, I'm good. I want to know when I get back home, I'm good. It's a good feeling. And it has been a great feeling to be that way. But it takes a lot of discipline to get that way. You have to be real with yourself and not fall into the impulsive spending this country has you drawn into. The ads that pop up on your social when you scrolling, when you be like, why are they feeding me this? I looked it up one time and now all I see is this thing. I'm not going to even say it out loud because you don't even have to look it up. If you just having a conversation with a friend, you know it's happened. You done been on social and you scroll it, and that same thing you was just talking about is now showing an ad in your feed. See, they be listening. So I'm not gonna mention that because I don't need them feed me no stuff. Cause I be Cause listen, I don't need temptation either. I don't play with that. But that it seriously happens. You know, if you searching for something, just like I said, ammo, I know I'm gonna see ammo in my feed. Might even see a few firearms. I'm not buying any firearms. I got 3 more firearms coming this year. 3 more. And I'm not buying out none of them. I plan on winning 3 more. That's my gun plan. Winning them. I have set a second account set up that I direct deposit in every payday purposefully. That's good. That's a good way to do it. That the only way I can access it is actually go there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I ain't there yet. I need to be able to access my stuff if I need to. But I actually just act like it don't exist. And I do have separate accounts and I have separate banks for different things. So yeah. Hey Sharon, how you doing? Sunday. Happy Friday. I love you. You are talking about gardening budget. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, no judgment, but some would say that's high maintenance. It might be. That's very true, but that's my thing. So what if you were budgeting because your thing was to get a gun like every couple months? That's your thing. But it could be. So just know. I mean, She's single, so if you're trying to deal with her, you're gonna have to, maybe get a nail or a Loctite. I mean, I'm just saying, or both. Call it high maintenance if you want to. I think it's low. I think it's low. Hey again, Mama Shirley. I saw you. It came in early. I figured you had left out. Happy anniversary, Mike. I didn't know it was your anniversary. Hey, LGG. How you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Don't start with the gun mess. You forgot to put one in. Oh, no, I didn't. Mm-mm. Oh, but that's different. I'm still waiting for them to push me some Popeyes. I'm done. But yes, but seriously though. So I'm telling you, when I this scripture came across my mind, the first thing I thought is those who are patient, who are not impulsive, are typically better at managing their money. I used to be very impulsive. No, that's not true. I've always been impulsive when it comes to other people. So if it was my kids or anything, if it was a need, it was going to be done immediately. Like I was very impulsive there. Or if I just saw something that made me like, oh, I know they would love this. I get it. I'm like that with other people, not as much with myself. But in my 40s is when I was like, girl, you run yourself down for everybody. You always showing up for everybody, doing this and that for everybody. You better take care of you. And so that's where my self-care came in. So I don't call it high maintenance because I needed something for me. And that's what it is for me. And then my garden is for me. And my I love cooking it's a love language for me. I love to cook and I love for other people to enjoy my cooking. So cooking can be therapeutic for me. My garden is definitely therapeutic for me. Crafting is therapeutic for me. My planners are therapeutic for me. So it just works out for me. So don't be judging me, OG Tank. I went shopping, dropped. Oh, a comment and dozed off. It's all good. I am exhausted, Mama Shirley. When I get off here, I'm surprised I don't sound lethargic because I am exhausted. That's my thing. My kids, and my taste buds a little, yeah, same. So I've gotten better because, like I said, it's now one thing I do too is also spend cash. So my $300 is I literally take it out my account as physical cash because and my nail tech loves that I pay with cash. She even says it when I come. She's like, it's so much easier. I'm so glad you do that. And who don't want cash? And my loctician, she'll take it. They'll both take it any way I give it, but they love to get it in cash. So with me, with cash, because when you know that cash is gone, it's gone. You don't spend that cash the same. You won't be impulsive because if you know once that money's gone, you ain't no more coming to your next but your next budget because that's how serious I am about it. It ain't coming back into the next budget. We're not just gonna say, oh, it's in there. I could just pull. No, we're not doing that. I had to get really disciplined. So that's one of the biggest things to do is to get really disciplined on how you account for your spending and watching what you buy, and sometimes when you start looking at that, you be like, this doesn't make sense. Like I gotta tighten this up. And that's how you're going to then get to a point where you can have that money. I don't care what kind of budget you are living on. Trust me, I done seen some where I'm like, girl, you ain't got nothing. There's nothing left. I have literally seen those budgets. So I know that some budgets are just that tight. But I also know there's hustles that can be done to supplement the fact that those budgets are so tight. And those hustles need to be done in a way that it's just not, I hustled, I got, and now I just go blow it. I hustle and I got, and maybe I take some of it and do something for myself, but I take some of it and stick it over here for that emergency. Because I get YOLO, but you got to be good too. Because when that thing happened, it ain't no worse feeling than how am I going to get this thing? It could be life saving, that thing. And just because things weren't put in place to make sure you were good, now you're trying to figure out how you can get this life saving thing. I'm just saying. Hey, Angela. I missed something. Oh, y'all talking amongst yourself. I call my second account the sugar daddy. I just don't have a sugar baby. That's a good thing. Because if you had one, you'd probably be broke. She'd be in that account. So, yeah, that online shopping to get you, Miss Cheryl. And you know what? I'll talk about that later. I want to say it on here. Hey, LMNO Adventures. How are you? Happy Friday. What up, TT? Happy Friday. I'm working my other job right now. That's what's up. That's what's up. She out here entrepreneuring. She clock in the mornings and go home and work for herself. That's what's up. I live paycheck to paycheck. Once it's gone, that's it. I won't spend any more, and I save at least 300 out of each paycheck. So that's not technically. I mean, it is. I get what you're saying, but if you're saving, and if you're literally saving, so it's not like you're saving, but you have to dip into it. It's literally going untouched until that emergency happens. That's to me, that's not really paycheck to paycheck. That's living the way the budget is supposed to go, pretty much. Because that's what I do. Like when I first started budgeting and getting really tight with it, I made sure that every dollar had somewhere to go. And this was, I used to watch the Budgetnista. I still watch her. I still follow her on Instagram. But that's who I was watching when I was learning how to get my budget together. She was, giving out the information. She was giving all the gems. And she was really big on making sure every dollar had a job. So after I accounted for all my bills, whatever was left that I would use to look at, like, oh, this is just extra money. It is, but I gave that money jobs. So I put it in places. It was either going to go into a savings or it was going to go towards my household funds, or my not household, but home improvement, like anything, home maintenance is what I call it, home maintenance fund, or my car maintenance fund, for things that I didn't have to pay for right now, but if I blew a tire or something, the money was there for. So I started putting the additional leftover funds that would just be normally unaccounted for sitting in my account to be spent as I please into a place, because I didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't just want to willy-nilly spend. I wanted to think out my spending. So now I do, like, I think out, how much do I really want this thing? How serious am I about investing in this project or this thing or whatever? And then once I decide that I'm going to do it, I do it. And then sometimes I'm like, I ain't doing that thing. It's not worth it to me. So it's really a lot of that. Hey Rachel, how you doing? Happy Friday. I just started my savings plan back yesterday. Awesome. I actually am going to do a savings challenge with the community. Because I haven't done one in, I think, a couple years. And one thing the savings challenges usually do for me, actually a couple things, they end up paying for my all the things I want to buy people for Christmas. It ends up paying for, like, events and stuff I want to go to in the next year. So like if I want to go to one of the meetups or something, and there, even if there's no cost in the meetup, you still got hotels, travel. It's money to be spent. So I usually would do it for that. And my favorite one to do is the 52 week savings challenge. I don't see my other envelopes though. I think I took them out of here. But I have 6 or 7 of these. So it starts with week 1 through something, and then it goes all the way to 52 weeks. And at the end of 52 weeks, you're supposed to have 1378. I did this challenge multiple times. Multiple times. Like, who couldn't use 1378 to just have in to the side that you don't have to spend on anything? It's just there in case of emergency. It's an easy way also to save your emergency fund, to get it started anyway. 100% be willing to make personal sacrifices to get financially healthy. That's 100%. 1000%. That is one of the biggest things I had to learn for myself. I had to learn to tell myself no. I had to learn to tell myself no. I think we get so, I have people who are like friends who will tell me like, girl, I deserve XYZ. I work every day and da da da, and I deserve XYZ. 1000% you do. However, could you wait for XYZ? Because if you get yourself into a great financial space, you won't feel any discomfort in spending money to do the XYZ. That is the whole point. Like, to get to a point where to spend the money does not feel like a strain on you financially, where you have to throw your hands up to the YOLO. Like, look, hey, you only live once, so I'm going to enjoy this and that. Is it really enjoyable when you can't answer your phone if you don't recognize the number? Or if you recognize it, but you know it's somebody who's trying to collect on something you haven't paid for? Nobody wants to live like that. I'm telling you. Like, no. So I get it. And I've always told I told my daughter this. You back analytic. Hey Veggie, how you doing, sis? Hey Peppa, how you doing? Happy Friday. I told my oldest this when she was in college before she got out on her own. Budgeting does not mean you don't get anything. You are a part of your budget. At the time, she was like, I think she was like 18, because my daughter graduated at 17. She was a young 5 starting school. So her birthday was literally like the week or so before school started. But I remember she was into the sew-ins back when that was, I don't even know if sew-ins are still a thing, but she was into that at that time. And she was into the very, very expensive, nice hair. Like, she wasn't doing sew-ins with the cheap hair. She was spending hundreds of dollars on the hair that she would get put into her head. I was like, ain't no way, Sway. But that was her thing. And I was like, budget for it. You don't have to sacrifice it, budget for it. But you also need to be having in your budget money that's going into your savings account. And she did. And to this day, she does. And she has locks like me, but she doesn't have the small ones. She has the big locks, the bigger locks. But she, that's part of her budget, getting her locks done. That's her thing. That's what she likes. Whatever other things, I don't know. But I do know she gets her locks done. Like once every couple months or so. She has to get them retightened. And that's her thing. But you just budget for it. I told TT's Urban Pantry, her daughter Mimi, the same thing. At the time, Mimi was 18, and she has a passion for, like, I think animals altogether. She just loves the animals and the fish and the bugs and the things. I think. But she had a lot of fish. She had like maybe four or more little aquariums with her fish in it that were fixed up. And every day, every time she got paid, she went and bought something new, either stuff for the fish or a fish. And at the time she was dating, um, and her boyfriend would like to go out to eat or go out bowling with friends or whatever. And so when we sat down and she wanted to work on her budget, I was like, okay, so you guys go on dates, so you need to budget some money over for that for when you guys are out on a date and you're going somewhere, and for your fish. But you need to know what amount you typically spend, and you need to budget for that. And she did. And Mimi bought her first home last year. Mimi is 22, y'all. 22. She bought a car before she bought her house. And every time I go, and then I've been every time I go visit, she's always so excited. She's like, "You gotta come by my house." She has a garden out in front of her house. She has a couple things on her little porch, a lemon tree and something else, maybe blueberry something. And then she has a garden where she has tomato, peppers, things like that. I love when I feel like the problem is that we're not taught these things. So how do you know? Like we literally get out on our own and we just figure it out. I know that's my story. I got out on my own. I knew bills had to be paid. I knew you don't get these things for free. So I thought through those things before moving out on my own, that I was going to have rent, utilities, yada yada. But actually budgeting and knowing how to live by a budget, mm-mm. I knew how to budget, but I didn't know how to live by it. My budget was very loosey goosey. I'm hustling right now for a trip to Jamaica. I know that's right. I had to go through all my streaming apps. I do that. I do that because you forget, or you just don't realize you're not watching something, an app, and now that app, and some of these apps be going up in prices, and you still paying for them, and you don't watch them. But I absolutely do that, and I think everybody should. That's not enjoyable. That's torture. Which one? I don't remember what I was talking about. That's what happens because I get behind. Saving is a lifestyle, 1,000%. Not a once in a while. It should be a natural part of your life, 100%. And you have to get there. Like I told my daughter when I was teaching her, I am a proud mama and a proud auntie. But when I told my daughter, and TT will tell you, I told Mimi this as well. Every month will not be perfect. I remember the first time Mimi came to me after her first month of budgeting, she blew her budget. She blew it the first month. I said, "It's okay. Give yourself grace. You didn't. It's not like you didn't attempt to stay within your budget, but it takes time to really get used to this new way of thinking. It's like with anything." So I was like, "That's okay." So now you need to plan out your budget again. And then this month we're gonna try to stick to it. You're gonna see what you need to do to get you through the month without blowing your budget. Told my daughter the same thing when she blew hers the first time. I remember the first time Mimi had to use her emergency fund. I think it was something that went wrong with her car. She had to get fixed. And she was sick behind having to spend that money because she had saved up. What I usually do is, and this is because this is how I learned it, is first step is try to save up $1,000. That's your emergency fund. This is really, that's more so for people who have debt they need to pay off as well. So if you're one of those people who has credit cards and you use your credit cards, but you don't pay your credit card up in full, when that bill gets generated, you need to do so. That needs to be the next plan. So having something go to the emergency fund to build up that 1,000, and then start chunking down that credit card to where it's at zero, because that's not the proper way to use your credit card. It just isn't. And trust me, I used to do it. I did. I used to feel like, oh, this is just free money. I had to pay it, but the minimum payment was $25. Like, I got that. But I done spent three. Like, girl, bye. Excuse me, bye. Like, literally, $25 is never going to get your credit card paid off, because that's going to be your interest next month and the month after. So you, when you start looking, you like, how is it still this amount? And I sent you this amount, because you ain't paying the full bill, because you ain't using it properly. You're using it the way they want you to use it, but not the way you should be using it. I took civics and free enterprise, but what I saw was figure it out. I hated civics. I took that class twice. The first time I got a D, the second time I got a D. I hated civics. It's boring. It's boring. I don't, and it was another course I took that I hated. I was like, it's boring. I don't want to watch paint dry. Now, when I took it later, I got an A in it, but I was in my 30s then. But because I went back to school, but when I went to school after high school, paint dry. We have to shift our mentality. That's right. Stuff is expensive if you're not careful. 1000%. And we definitely have to shift. Yes, that's right. Mimi canned for the first time yesterday. She is canning now. She made her first batch of salsa. Did I mention that she has a garden? Oh, okay. So you know where she got her vegetables from, right? I'm so proud of that girl. I am. I am so proud of her. I tell my daughter, my oldest, this all the time too. Like, you didn't have to listen. I gave you the information, but you didn't have to apply it. You didn't have to care enough to listen, because some kids don't want to be reined in like that. And I'm like, you didn't have to listen, but you did. Now look at you. Now look, my daughter has never, she's 29 right now, has never called me up and said, Mom, I'm in a bind. I need to borrow. I ain't gave my daughter 1 cent, let alone $100. Like, nothing. And I would. Don't get me wrong. If she called me right now while I'm doing this live, I'd be like, what do you need? It will be there in 0.24 seconds. Like, stop playing. But she's never had to. And that's a big deal. And I talk to her about this all the time, because I'm like, I did. I called my mama a lot. A lot. Mama, I remember one time, and I've been told this before too. Somebody was like, you got a story for everything, and do. And they all true. But I remember one time, and I was probably I was 19. I wasn't probably, I was 19, living in my own place. And one of my friends wanted to go out this particular weekend. And I was like, girl, I was like, I don't have no money. I got to pay my electric bill. I was like, I saw all the money I got. And she was like, well, you could pay half and they won't cut it off. And then you just pay the other half later. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, you don't have to pay the whole bill. You can pay half. And then, your utility won't get cut off, but then you have to pay the other half later. And I was like, oh, okay, then I guess I could go. Y'all, so y'all know what happened. Let me tell y'all in case y'all don't. Next month, let's just say the bill was 100 and I paid 50. So that means 50 didn't get paid, right? So the next month, what's going to happen? I'm getting another $100 bill for my electric. But now I carried over another 50 because I didn't finish paying the last bill. So now I owe 150. So if all I had was 100 the month before, I probably don't have 150 the next month. So what I do, I paid what I had. I didn't go out or anything like that, but I paid what I had. So now I'm rolling over some more because I couldn't pay all of it because I was a struggling single mama at that time. Next month come, now they like, oh no, you ain't you done been behind this a little bit for a while. Now we going into the third month. We gonna disconnect. I had to call my mama, y'all, and tell her what happened. Had to tell her what I did, and that my utility was gonna get. They were sending me a shut off, and that I had to pay this amount. And she gave me the money to pay it, and I paid my mom back. But that I had to do that not for that kind of stuff. I never made that mistake again. That was a one and done for me. But it was always something like because, like I said, I was a struggling single mom. So because I wasn't budgeting properly, it may be times where I'm like, it's cutting close to my payday, but I need gas in my car or something. So I call my mom like, Mom, can I borrow $20 until Friday? I get paid on Friday, whatever. But yeah, I listen. Ugh, I needed my mama. Not one to answer torture, not one to answer the phone. That is torture. I'm a weird person. Hey burner girl, how you doing, sis? I answer all my calls and like sometimes I'll be rolling my eyes because I'd be like, I should not have answered that. And I have people all the time say, well, why do you answer if you don't recognize the number? I'm like, because what if somebody calling me from another number? I've had that happen. Like one time my daughter's boyfriend was bringing my grandson to me and his tire blew and his phone was dead and a person came, pulled up and checked on him and let him use their phone. So he was calling, and he was not far from my house when it happened. So he's calling me to tell me what happened. I said, I'm on my way. Had I not answered because it didn't say his name, because it didn't come up as his number. So yeah, I'm that person. I answer because first of all, also because I don't have to not answer because I don't have people that are calling me to collect. So I don't have that problem. Hey, Nikki. Hey, sis. Happy Friday. If you're not in my context or text first, I don't see. I do. I hang up on telemarketers. I ain't worried about them. Or I make it uncomfortable for them that they call me. I did not like math, history, or science. I only liked math. I should say liked. I loved math. I've always been a numbers person. That's how I know I'm getting older because if I'm not well rested, my brain has to actually calculate numbers. And on a rested day, my brain calculates the number before you finish talking. Like I've already got the answer. Like the number, I don't care what the math is. My brain just functions like that. It might be a disorder, but it works. It does. And I've always been a numbers person. I work in numbers. So it's only fitting that I do. And even before I was in bankruptcy, I worked at a mortgage company where I was analyzing escrow accounts, which is, again, numbers. So, yeah, I just like working with numbers. It's just who I am. Numbers just for some reason compute quickly in my head. As crazy as this world is now, you better have 6 months. That part, I'm working on a year, Siege. But you're right. I mean, baby steps. Actually, start with that 1,000, then work your way to 3 months, then 6 months, and if you can go further, because facts. And I'm the same way and it can be looked at, I guess, for some people as kind of hoardish, like hoarding. But I do that with supplies. So I absolutely have 6 months of like paper goods in my basement, paper towels, toilet paper, laundry soap, body washes, deodorant. I don't let that stuff get low because I don't know. I don't like to feel like I'm a slave to having to get the things. So I like to have the things. And when ish happens or something goes down, I ain't got to leave my house because I'm okay for a while. And I can honestly tell you it's probably more than 6 months of stuff down there. And don't think you're just gonna come over here and take my stuff either, because there's, y'all know what I work with. Maybe I watch my content. Just saying. What? What are y'all talking about? What did I miss? What did Nikki say? Oh, thank you, Nikki. I just saw Sunshine say something about showing off. I'm like, what did she say? Thank y'all. Um, right, Nikki. She up there being mean to me. Can we trade daughters? Sassy. Look, put me on the phone. If you how old is your daughter? She I don't think anybody's unteachable. Because I don't only talk to people's kids. There are people in this chat. I'm just not putting people in people business out there. There are people who are in this current chat, and there's people who might be in the bushes, who literally I have worked with and are doing amazing. Amazing. There's quite a few people who think I'm their financial advisor. I'd be like, maybe coach. Don't call me an advisor because I'm not, that's not my field. Fifi, thank you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate you. You kept paying only half the child. Nikki, I wish my mama was still living so she could tell you that I am not making this. But she, you know, one other thing though, my mom never made me feel um bad or anything. She not like she didn't make it a thing. She just was like, girl, come get this money, you know, type thing. But I remember even when I was good, like I was that person who was like, I didn't care if I was broke after I did everything. My bills are paid, house, car. I ain't got to worry about nobody showing up to be collecting nothing. We got food. I got gas in my car to make it to work till I get paid again. I might not have anything in my account, but we good. Like I don't need for nothing. And my mom hated that. She would never let that fly. She'd be like, every time she would see me, you got money in your purse? Mm-mm, I'm good, mom. We got this. We got that. I was just like I ran down to you. We got food. We got this. I got gas. I'm good. Nope. You don't need to be. You always should have some kind of cash in your purse. You should not be to where you don't have nothing. What if something happens and you can't? You need cash to take care of it. So she would. Oh, it wouldn't be a lot. She would always put like a little cash in my purse. Whenever I didn't have it. But now I move like that. And my oldest does. She hardly ever spends cash, but she always keeps cash on her. I always try to keep some cash on me. If anybody's seen me at events and stuff, you will always see me pay for stuff with cash most times in my card because I'm trying to stick to a number. I'm not trying to just be out here reckless. But yes, I did keep paying half. The half of utility was a trap. It was. You know what's funny too? Again, another story. The same friend. We're not friends so much now. My utility companies have budget. We have budget billing too. I've never been on it though. So I've never done that system, but we do have that here. But that same friend, this is like I would have still been in my 20s because my oldest was maybe like 7 or 8 at this time. And she wanted to go do something. And I was like, girl, no. Now, this was at this time, I had gone from living in a townhome to living in a house, but I was still renting. And this particular winter, I had been living in this house a couple years, probably 2 or 3 years, probably 2 years, because I think I only lived there 3 years total. Um, I had been living there a couple years. In this particular winter, one of my utility bills, because it was a very cold winter here, got up to almost $300. It was like two something in the upper two somethings, like 280 something or 290 something like that. But I just, when I told her, I was just like, girl, no, I got this $300 gas bill and I got to pay my gas bill. And she was like, girl, I don't never pay my whole, same friend. I don't never pay the whole amount. I'm going to send them what they get and this and that. And I said, I don't do that. Whatever my bill is what gets paid. I don't care how high it gets above what I thought it should be. I don't care about none of that. Whatever gets billed to me is getting paid. And there's another rule that I have when it deals with anybody in my house. So if I'm ever like living with a person or something, I don't go cold and I don't go hot unless the power just don't work. So don't be over here regulating like, oh, you, because I can't do the people who be like, turn that air down because the bill gonna be. I don't work so I could be hot, and I don't work so I could be cold. I'm gonna be comfortable. Period. So listen, that bill gonna get paid. That is a blessing to have a parent that had it to give. That is true. Um, I agree. I think telling your story, because sometimes people can see familiarity within your stories. We ain't all that different, and that is the truth. I treat my granddaughter like she is mine. Yes, I know you do though. That's your baby. Now that much I do know. I feel you on the home supplies 100. I have at least 5 months. See, we on the same thing. Don't tell them. Let it be a secret. What up, David? You a fool. Don't come up in here with that. What? Hey, J3. Happy Friday. I'm trying to finally catch up all the way, y'all, because y'all know me. What it say? My offer still stands. You can have I said teach. I didn't say have. I didn't say have. Hey Ray, how you doing? Happy Friday. The relief of knowing you have financial security is priceless. Say it louder for the people in the back. That is really the biggest thing. I kid you not. Financial security is financial freedom. Financial security is financial freedom. When you are no longer a slave to that dollar because you are trying to either keep up with what everybody else is doing, be able to do the same thing. Like, you gotta know when, first of all, know yourself. Know thyself. Know thyself. Do I see things on this on social period that I'm like, ooh, I want that. Heck, Veggie Farming. She's in the chat. If y'all follow Veggie Farming, she redid her garden space this year. Now, mind you, the previous garden space was on my bucket list. Okay. And then she upgraded it, and it just made it, because if you do upgrades, it's gonna be better, right? So I hit Veggie up because I was like, I'm trying to get a ballpark of what this type of project could be, and I was gonna do it, and then I had to reel myself back because I seriously, like, it wasn't even in question. I even had talked to people like that. I'm getting that. I want mine laid out like veggies. And somebody actually asked me about it recently because they know that I did not do that. And I was like, girl, I had to reel myself back in because I didn't need that. And I'm not Veggie. I'm going to let Veggie have that and it's dope. I would just dream. It's like seeing a gun on 2A and LA's channel. 1000%. The people who are a part of that community, Sunshine, Siege, Ray, J3, David, people who've been over there and seen this, what his collection looks like. And then you hear, like, he might be doing a video on one, and then he gives you that MSRP, and it deflates you. That's what it do to me. It deflates me. And I know me and Siege go back and forth. And TK in here. Like, it's a lot of us. We go back and forth in the chat, like, I mean, what? But I have to know that's not my lane. Maybe one day. It ain't saying it ain't gonna never be my lane. I have to know Veggie's garden currently is not my lane. Can I do it? Should I do it? Not right now, anyway. It's just not my lane. And hers is set up a way it is for a reason too. So I have to get beyond the glitz and glam of how beautiful it is and how I love the setup. It's done her way for a reason. She's not in Ohio. She's gardening out of Texas, I believe. So she's dealing with different animals and creatures and elements and all the things. So we kind of quit chasing what we see everybody else have and really look into it, like really analyze what's for you. And it may be, hey, and if it's something you really got your heart set on doing and having, save for it, budget for it. Don't be impulsive and go get it right now. It's like that truck I talked to y'all about Sunday. I can't be impulsive and just go out there and do that. Can I? Yes. Do I want to? No, because I don't want to be car broke. I'm not a house broke person, and I'm not gonna be a car broke person. Like no, that's not my story. Keep a 20 in your shoe. Why in the shoe though? Or is that for the fellas? But yeah, hey Okies, how you doing? Happy Friday. I have to realize what's up, Lawson, within my lane. Seriously. Cause I get caught up. It ain't just what I see on here. I have group chats where we be talking about stuff. Like, oh, I have to reel myself back because yeah, I might want it. And how much do I really want it? Do I want it because I'm excited about how great it is that what I see what somebody else has and that's making me want it, or do I really want it because that's something I've always kind of had my thoughts around wanting, because we are easily influenced. Just saying, 2A in LA, we don't want to see those guns anymore. What a sweet mother you had. Oh, my mom was the same way. I never asked for anything. I asked all the time, but my mom, I was her only girl too. And I was very close to my mom. So was my oldest. Like that, my mom, and I'm the same way. But I know we are always what we were raised in ways. We pick up on those things. My mom had a way of having a favorite, but not, but she had 3 kids. Every one of us felt like her favorite. Every one of us. So I won't even say like, oh, I was her favorite. I was just her only daughter. So of course you're going to bond differently with your girl because there's things that you could do with your girls if you have more than one that you wouldn't do with your sons. But she definitely, like, none of us felt like mama treated you, but none of us, although I kind of did because I was a middle kid. So my brothers, they got away with more stuff than me. 1000%. We've had the conversation with my mom. It's true. But I understood as an adult why. I was a girl. So you protect your daughters differently than you protect your sons because it's the way, it's the things that we're trying to undo now sometimes with the men who don't have a hard time expressing themselves. They don't want to be emotional because it's frowned upon and all those type of things. And, women are looked at as being more emotional, but that's because we were allowed to show our emotions. It wasn't treated like you were soft. If you showed emotions, it was okay. But if you were a male, it was shown as being soft. If you were emotional, it's just craziness. Like, y'all can't feel pain. That's crazy. Like, God didn't make y'all built to where y'all don't feel stuff. Y'all feel physical and psychological and mental pain. Like, all that. Express that. But you have to work through that now to undo the teachings. But nonetheless, my mom had a way of making us all feel like her favorite. I do the same thing. And both of my girls are my favorite for different reasons. And I love on them the same though. Like not one is going to feel more love than the other. And they're 12 years apart. And seriously, they do not. and they're close. So I'm big about that. But and I'm like that with nieces, nephews. I was like that with my siblings. Like, yeah, I don't carry any cash in my person anymore, but I'll keep 200 cash in the trunk. The trunk, okay, but that's somewhere. Um, who is Will? What am I missing? Did I miss somebody coming in here? Make sure you budget to have two plateau. That part. That part. Um, my one class outdoor outhouse. Um, yeah, I'd be falling financial freedom 100%. Financial freedom. I have a 2A question. If I order a pew online, do I have to send it to Academy due to them being a dealer, or will they send it? They will not send it to your home. Mm-mm. You have to find you a FFL to send it to. So you would contact Academy. I would contact multiple places because different places can charge different amounts um, for the transfer fee because you're going to pay a transfer fee. Those are the things that they don't just that sometimes are just not known. So the place that you buy it from has to ship it to your FFL, and the FFL is going to run a background check, and whatever the rules are for your state. I think you're in Sylvia. You're in Florida. So whatever I don't think you guys have any hold time or anything there, if I'm not mistaken. But if you did, whatever the rules are for Florida for purchasing, they will tell you whatever. So if there's a 5 day, 2 day, whatever wait time, or if there's none and you can walk out the store with it, they'll do the background check. If you nothing comes back, you'll walk out the store with it, but you pay that transfer fee. For me, it's like I think $35 or something like that. But I have paid as much as $75, depending on where I go. But that's usually when I'm sending something to someone. And the one I shipped out to the winner, that place that she had was 15, and I ain't never heard it that cheap. So that was a deal. So look around. I would check different places to get the best rate because all they doing is running the background check, and then it's not like they're doing that fancy. All they gotta do is do that and give you your background. Okay. So yeah, but the answer to your question of being sent to your house, that ain't never gonna happen. That's illegal. Um, in your first apartment, you still, hey, you did what you had to do, Mike. I ain't even judging you. I'm sure everybody's probably had a moment of taking something to get by. Veggie's Garden is beautiful. It is amazing. I love it. It just look. I'm gonna live vicariously through her the same way I live vicariously through 2A in LA watching them firearms. That's all I'm gonna say. As I get older, I learned some things worth spending on. Facts. Shoes is one of them things for me. I do not go cheap on tennis shoes. Period. Period. I was a hookah girl for the longest. Hookah been. I really am still a hookah girl, but I'm a little salty because they so popular now. They don't never had no sales like that. When I first started wearing hookahs, I could get some pair for like 150. And you know, a pair of hookahs one pair can bring you 150. But they would have these sales where I was able to get maybe two pair for that price. Even if I got two pair for 200. But I feel some kind of way because I was getting those deals to pay 150 for one pair. And I usually try to get a couple pair at a time. So me and Hookah, we still friends, but I haven't ordered a pair in a minute. And now they got stores in different states. They ain't got one here though, as far as I know. Financial is for the streets. We can flip your investment overnight. Nah, Ray. I'm good unless it's curio or relic eligible. Oh, okay. I don't know that you go. You know you diving deep, Joe. I don't know nothing about that. Everything with purpose. Say that bell. Everything with purpose. Budget with purpose. Produce with purpose. Prep with purpose. Save with purpose. Seriously, everything with purpose. Say that. Sometimes you just can't afford that thing you see 100%. And I'm okay with that. And I make pretty good money. I look, I'm okay. I'm very okay. But I'm still frugal. So sometimes I get hyped and I be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that thing, and then I'll be really thinking about that money leaving my account, and I'll be like, I don't want it that bad. It's just I don't be wanting it that bad. I look F-250. That's gonna be it's gonna be on my bucket list. The one day I get it, look, y'all gotta push my content. Y'all gotta share. I'll be telling y'all at the end of every video. I probably should say at the beginning because y'all might not even last the end. I don't know. But y'all gotta share the content, push me out there so these more affiliates want to work with me and sponsors and stuff, and then I can afford to buy the F-250 because I'm gonna need some help because I ain't doing it. Or I could take Ray's truck. In case they make you run your pockets. Dice game. You don't know me, Jopa. You don't know me. Because your girls played some dice before. And one thing I learned is that people just don't like losing. And then they come up with new rules so that they can try to get their money back. So I don't really run the dice too much no more. And I wasn't even 18 running dice with some people, taking their little money. One thing about me, if I want to learn something, I become very good at it. I remember I didn't know how to play dominoes. I got taught how to play dominoes, and then you come on up off this table. I'm telling you, I'm annoying in that way. Jenny, you just need a hype man, and oh, there we go. Hype me up then. Hype me up. All these communities can get you in trouble with money stuff. Facts. Fruit trees, two-way, prepping. Facts. You are so correct, Sunshine. I've had many people who've even reached out to me like that are preppers that are trying to prep anyway. And I like the fact that this is the thing some people don't listen to because a lot of them came from lead, and lead tells you like don't try to do everything in one whop. Don't try to get everything at one time. Plan it out and say, okay, right now I'm gonna get this, so I'm gonna put money up so I could get this generator, whatever that thing is, whatever that prepping item is, tent, whatever. And then after you get that, think of the next thing you want to check off your list. I think people think that even the people who talk about the things that they have just go out and get it in one whop. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, it's just like anything you got. It's multiple things purchased over time. All the firearms I got over time. They wasn't in one whop. I didn't just go and get all of them at once. No, it's over time. So you just plan it out. 28 G Wagon. Get it. Get it. Get it, Jovi. I had to reel myself back. Oh, from a 2A thirst. Listen. Okay, let me tell you what I do now. I just try to win them all. And I ain't even being funny now. Now it started off as a running joke. And I wasn't even trying to win then. I was just winning. Now I'm literally just trying to win free guns so I don't have to buy it. So I'm like, I'm hoping every time I really feel some way when I don't. I just don't want to buy any, and I don't need them, so I really don't get mad that long. I just be in my feelings like initially, and then I get over it. But yeah, that entire brand is trash. Ask any mechanic, engineering is trouble. All nature versus nurture. Fact. Um, hilarious. Due to a glitch with the big box store system, they gave me the building materials. Oh, and I paid only for the labor. It was a true blessing. Amen to that. Amen to that. Look at God. Look at God. And you know what? I feel like everything that I do is, and I'm not gonna say everything. A lot of things that I do are blessed. Like I always like things happen so much in my favor, but I think it's because I I stay aligned with the fact that I will not allow myself to be impulsive and just throw caution to the wind. I literally am sticking to what I say I'm gonna do. Now, don't get me wrong. Your girl been loose with that budget lately, so I've been a little loose. I ain't like it ain't crazy to the point that I'm just spending all my money, but I've been loose. I've been spending more than I should. I just been a little loose with it. That's why I was like, we need to have a conversation because it's not just for y'all, it's for me. I've been reeling myself back in because I'm like, girl, you just swiping that card. I keep seeing you tap that card at these places. Like, you didn't budget for that. That's my truth. And it's been going on. And then I reel myself in, then I'll do it again. So I've been back and forth on that too. Um, the gas in it. It's all about the flossing, son. You are terrible, Ray. Oh, you're in Mississippi. Why I keep putting you in Florida? But yes, it's gonna be whatever the laws are there. Driveway pimping in 2026. Yeah, terrible. Not if she buys from Rashad. You terrible. It was a blessing. Absolutely. Almost too good to believe. That part says it will be on my vid. That's what you do. I still have a vision board. I think. I thought I did. I must have moved it. I thought it was over there in the corner. I always ask yourself, do I need it or just want it? That's what I do. And then sometimes I try to convince myself that I need it. So Sylvia, I don't know, because sometimes I do, and that's my truth. When I told myself in December I was getting me a bigger truck, I needed. I was like, I deserve. I seriously did. I'm not even being funny. No hee hees, ha ha's. There's like at least 5 people I spoke to where I shared this, and I was like, because I deserve. I work hard and I do this and I deserve. And I promise you, I started looking at them trucks, and some of them trucks cost more than my house did. And I can't sit with that. I can't sit with it. I was like, you mean to tell me I'm going and my house appreciates. Like my house has doubled in value since I bought it. That car is going it's going to be half and keep going down as the years pass, as the world turns. Y'all just pray for me. I need to win the lottery. You need four to say Bell. Woo! Say that, sis. Look, from your lips to God's ears. Ford. I'm on my third one, fam. No. Yes. My third one. I had to think because I had a car in my mind, but that was Chevy. I'm on my third one. I need y'all to sponsor your girl. She needs a truck. And I'm gonna be showing it in every video. I'm just gonna pull up to the house. Like I'm pulling up to the I am. I'm pulling up to the garden, but I'm only going home. So I'm gonna pull up to the house like I'm pulling up, and the video is gonna say pulling up to the garden in my F-250. I'll be carrying all kinds of soil and compost and trees. Ford. Email is in my bio. It's in my about. Don't play with me. What's this? I'm with that. I'm here for that. I got the click clack. I just sent you a video of the new Ray. I hope you're talking to somebody else because you are disrespectful if you did so. Oh, I think he's talking to me. What up, Black King? How you doing, fam? Happy Friday. I just went out and redid my entire gun collection at once. Woo! Intentionally and unintentionally. You know what though? Y'all on a different level, Black King. Cause I be looking at what y'all be saying in the chat. I be hearing who be flexing. I just ordered this, and I ain't gonna put your business out there. They got to come over there to see it. And do you do content? Let me know if you post content because I haven't even checked out when I could check it out when I'm mine, but I never looked into that. What up, Farmer Marshall? Happy Friday. Mimi just left. She going home to can more salsa. That's what's up. I'm so proud of her. That's my niece. That's my niece. There's a Frugal Friday tip. Just enter to win. Yeah. I do need it, T, but I also don't want to pay for it. TT is not the person. I don't have good friends in my life. They don't tell me no. It's a great way to use up the old Baker Creek catalogs. That part. Thank you, Homesteader Rachel. I appreciate you, sis. Hey, Crystal T. The excitement is gone after the first car payment. That is gone. My excitement is gone once I drive off the lot. I am not kidding you. I would stick to splurging with fruit trees and that part. I don't know. I'm looking. Well, I ain't gonna do that. But just these hands are naked. So maybe the next person in my life will bless me with a truck because he want to see his queen in the car of her dreams. Oh, did I? Y'all, look at God. I done caught up. All right. Wait, you supposed to get excited when you buy a car? It depends. I've had both reactions, Black King. So I get what you're saying. When I bought my first truck, I had been planning on getting a truck. It was my first time having an SUV. It was a plan. I was planning that year to save up so I could pay cash because I had just paid cash for an SUV for my current ex. So, for those who don't know, I separated from my husband like a couple years ago. I think 23. I think it was. Yeah, it was 23. So, we had paid cash for a car for him, and then I was going to pay cash for a car for myself. Somebody totaled my car before I could do so. So having to buy a car when you're not prepared to buy a car, well, that's what I felt when you asked that question, Black King, because I was not happy. I was not happy. I was like, now don't get me wrong. The insurance company did have to pay me, but the car was not a newer car. I mean, the car was paid for. I bought it. It was a 06. I bought it in January of 07. So it was basically new. And I was the only person who had it. It was well maintenance. That car probably would have taken me till who knows when. And it was totaled. So I had to go out and buy something else. That's costing me money. I was not happy. I was not happy. Hey Shawnee, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. So I get it, but when you go because you want to, when it's your choice, that's different. Then you're excited. When you're like, I'm gonna buy me a car because I want to buy a car, not because I have to buy a car. Having to buy a car is not fun. I get excited. I get excited when I walk out and look at the get depressed when I see that part. See, just keep thinking the instant depreciate that part. That irritates me enough. That part. And I am the kind of person who typically, just like I told you, the car that got totaled. I don't remember what year it was when it got totaled, to be quite honest. But oh, that car was more than 10 years old. So it was like 2016, 2017 when it got totaled. And that's when I bought my first SUV. I bought a Ford Escape. I had a 2000. I bought a 2012 Ford Escape. I think it was 2016. Um, and my goal was, because at that time when I bought that, I was on my financial stuff. So your girl was in a good space financially with her budgeting and savings and all that jazz. And my goal was to pay that car off. I think it was a 5-year loan, and I was like, I'm gonna pay it off and have that. And I did. I don't even think it was. I don't even think I went 2.5 years, but it was somewhere. It was more than two. I think it was less than 2.5 though. So somewhere in that middle. Paid that one off, and then I decided to get the one I have now. I did decide to get that one, and at the time I'm still paying for it because I haven't had it that long. So I have a truck, y'all, that I had, but it's not a big. It's a small. It's a Ford Escape. They are not big. It's a SUV. It's just a. It's more like a crossover. And my 2012 was a bigger body truck than this one is. It looked more like a truck. This one, I want to have a big girl truck. I want to be a big kid now. One day, I just like them. I like the big truck. So one day, but yes, we are going to do. I would love for you guys to participate in like genuinely try and participate in a savings challenge with me. And that way, when we get ready to start buying this stuff next year in the spring, really the winter, because we don't wait till the spring to start getting online wanting to get stuff. For these gardens, we'd be ready. Or if you're part of my 2A family and you're only part of that, because we mixed up in here, because y'all know I garden and I'm 2A because I got to protect the garden and I prep. Stop playing with me. Don't come over here with no foolishness. Just saying. And if you don't know, you're going to find out. You don't want to F around to find out. But go on and get that. No! If you take me to the dealership, you're going to be putting that money down. Lawson, don't come over here playing. Look, I'll be like, he got it. I can't. I ain't there. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Mm-mm. But we gonna get there. But we gonna do a savings challenge. So I'm gonna put it together. What it's gonna be. There ain't gonna be no tight rules to it. It's gonna be a whole just being honest with yourself. But if, like I said, if you're part of Boston. Focus, Gina. If you're part of the 2A family, the savings challenge could be for you to make your next gun purchase or be something towards it. Thank you, Rachel. I thought you wasn't. It must have expired because I thought you was already a member. I appreciate you, sis. Hey, nephew. Funny thing, sometimes our best plan fall apart. That's facts. Because when the heart wants it, there's nothing, no waiting. See, that's what we talking about, Black King. Did you read the scripture? The plans of the diligent lead to profit. The but haste is that impulse where you feel like you just gotta have it right now. It leads to poverty. You can't be impulsive. So we're gonna save. We're gonna save. But you still get the thing. You just might have to wait a little longer. Now I know it's hard for some of my 2A people, especially if you buying the kind of stuff that 2A and LA get. Cause and then I think Black King is on that level because I think I've seen some things said in the chat where he done got some things that's at that level. But I know it's different. The reason I'm saying I know it's different for you guys is because waiting can mean you don't get it if you have to wait too long. Because I know that some of these higher end manufacturers are like, they're not taking orders right now because they're so far behind on stuff that's already out there. So I kind of get that. But if we stay ready, we ain't got to get ready. So if we ready when the thing comes out, not wait till the thing comes out to get money together. We ready when the thing comes out so that when it comes out, we could decide, do I want to spend my money on that? And if you do, then do so. No harm, no foul. Hey Dave, how you doing? Happy Friday. You have just one artist. Listen, y'all are terrible. I saw Floss's comment. Floss's been playing with me. This ain't impulse. Wait a minute. What you say? This ain't impulse. You've been talking about. Go ahead on and get that truck. That's impulse. Because I don't need it. I just want it. The part of waiting is that when you plan on something, there's always something that will come up. That is true. And more expensive, yeah, than what you're waiting on. That's what y'all dealing with too. And fam will always, that's the one thing that kind of sucks about him. Like you could be already ordered something and now a newer version already is coming out and you are waiting 6-7 months to get the one you already ordered. Yeah. Send me some more peach jam and we can work something out. Hey, peach jam for F-250, put it in writing. I'll send you a whole case. I'll send you a whole case. I absolutely hate that. I do too. I like financial freedom. And I actually have that because I have a house and a car payment. I have a mortgage and a car payment. I don't like. And I'm always looking at it like, so how can I get this like even faster? Because of course I always fast track my stuff. But then I'm fast tracking it and want it to be even faster. Like I want it done. I think my mortgage is a 20-year mortgage. I want it done in 10. Like I try to half this stuff. And if I can do more than half, that's even better. But that's my goal always is to cut whatever the term is of the contract in half. That is my goal. I went the wrong way. I've gotten to a point where I can buy what I want. That's me too. And that's why I'm very intentional about what I purchase as well. Cheryl T, we are the same person. Same person. Sometimes you have to treat yourself facts. However, you need to have some self-discipline. 100%. I do feel like you do have to treat yourself. For me, the truck is like it depreciates. It's like it's not adding value to my life. It's just making me happy and I don't even know that I'll be happy with it. I just know that I think I will. So what if I get it and I'm like, it ain't what I expected. It ain't what I was thinking. And now I'm not even happy with it. Just saying. This is why we work. That is true. You do have to be smart about it. Yes. Live now because once you go, that's it. That's facts. That's facts, Ray. Ray, I'm gonna send you my cash app because I can't retire yet. So maybe you could, spot me, you know, F-250 money. And then I won't come to your house and mess up your lawn. And that's an inside joke, y'all. Some of y'all know, but a truck is a lot. Now, this is the other thing, Black King. That is facts. However, comma, I live like 10 minutes from my job. I live very close to my job. Very. So I would in outside of I listen, I'm a pretty boring person. I know people don't think so. I come on here and I've had so many people tell me you're so social, you're such a social butterfly, and I'm like, this social butterfly turns that camera off, takes all these things off that you see right now. Literally going to pull my hair out of this messy bun thing and it's going to be, I'm putting my hair thing on there, but it's going to be back. Actually, I might leave it like that. It doesn't matter. But the jewelry, the clothes, I'm going to be in my comfies in seconds. I'm literally, y'all don't need a whole step by step, but just know this will not be, once I step out of this door, half of this is going to be off. And I'm in my office. I got to go to my room. But by the time I get there, I'm going to be ready to put my comfies on. Stop playing. With the truck messing up his yard would be easier. He's anal about his yard, Black King. He wouldn't have it. I agree. That's why I drive diesel engine car. Listen. Oh, you will be happy. You're going to get that truck. Play some Bumby and be happy as you could be. I would be happy. Some of the newer ones hold better value. Also, I'm weird in that way too. Like I like my cars when I get them. My last three vehicles have been certified used, so they're usually had some mileage on them. I've had in anywhere from, I think the one was 13K miles to like 40 something K miles on the last three vehicles that I've got, because they're going to be cheaper because they're not brand new. I told y'all I'm frugal, and it's still like a new car. So it's going to be warranted like a new car and everything. Nothing changes from it other than the fact that somebody had it for a year or so before you. Maybe. That's who I am. It makes sense to me. Don't judge me. These are the things that I do. In my house, I drive an electric car. Nice. And one high performance car. So I pegged you right. And you retired. Not fair, Black King. Not fair. You a Ray official up in here. I buy certified used as well. New cars depreciate as soon as you drive them off the lot. Cheryl T. And it's like a new car. It's just been used a little. That yard is in my daughter's hands. So I can't hold you hostage with the yard no more. Is that what you're saying, fam? I think I can. I think it'll still work. Plus, they make some badass locker. Oh yes, I have seen that. That go under the back seat. Mm-hmm. 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 Facts. Bring out Warren. Don't do him like that, Jovi. Don't do him like that. Liddy B, you done missed a whole lot, but Liddy B got her stuff in order as well. And Liddy B is somebody who I can say that I helped with that. But you missed the whole budget conversation, ma'am. The whole conversation. But yeah, guys, I definitely if you're not somebody who does that though, don't I have staff. I have a staff. Well, I'm not gonna get into. I have staff that has had to work well beyond retirement age. Don't be that person. I am literally trying to retire young. I want to be like Ray, and I'm assuming Black King probably is younger, under retirement age, retired. I'm just going to assume so. But even if not, but I want to retire young. I do. Let me retire in my 50s. I'll be okay with that. I don't need you. I got Liddy money now. I know that's right. I love it, Liddy. You don't need Gina money. You got Liddy money. That's what's up. Pulled me over last month and Ray was clean. Tell Houston PD leave you alone. You sure you want to move to Houston? The traffic is ridiculous. He got a lot of family in that city. Um, a turn. See, you are. Yeah. See, I'm so jealous. Look, send me some of that energy. I'm already on that mindset, so I'm already trying to position myself to do so, because that's my plan. Uh, I don't want to do it. I'd rather be doing something for myself. Like if I retire, even if I wasn't making money like that from YouTube or with affiliates or whatever, if I was just even making something to supplement just to keep throwing stuff into my little nesty pot, I would be okay with that. But that is my plan, is to retire young. That is my plan. Making the jump to an electric car. I think that would be nice. Yeah, I swear to God, I felt something and I was like, let me shake my shirt behind me first, because if a spider or something crawls on me, I felt like something was on my shirt in the back. Like I felt something. And I promise y'all know how I am with bugs. So if something would have crawled on me, good Lord, look, I would have spazzed out. They're gonna get another 10 good years out of me. Listen, T, you already know. You already know. You want Liddy and Gina money? T, need to stop. Stop. They ain't gonna get you on. Houston is nice once you learn, yeah, your way around. I'm with you. Retirement needs to happen soon. Facts. Mama Shirley, I know you do. Me? Oh, that was the idea. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, I was gonna put pencils in my hair. I was like, I need to look like I'm here to teach some money tips. I just couldn't find the pencils before I went live because I was rushing. Once you retire, you have to stay active. 100. Oh, but that's not the thing. I don't want to retire just to be chilling. I'm still gonna be working. I'm just not gonna be clocking in to do so. Not for somebody else. That's all I'm saying. Shut up, Joe Vi. Because if I see one, I'm gonna lose it. This live will end. Actually, it's about to end anyway. Y'all, why did y'all tell me it's been 2 hours? Oh, oh, I have not been. Oh, look, I know the feds be watching me. I'm telling you, y'all. I tell people all the time the stuff that I look up online and all the things that I purchase. Sometimes they watching me. It's okay. I know. I wanted to do that. Like I don't want to. I have a pen. Had a. You know how the teachers be having the pencils sticking out they messy bun. That was the whole lot. That was my thought process. I was like, I need to. What can I put on that looks a little more like school teacherish? Not a teacher of money. Gina, the bug had jumped on you. This would have been yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. It would have been different. Every school. I'm not doing that. Y'all. So seriously though, I'm gonna put together some thoughts for a savings challenge. And we can do a savings challenge just to the end of the year. From let's I'll put it out there before October. We can go from October to the end of the year. And we can go further because this one will take you further. This is a whole year. But there's some other ones that we could do that don't run a whole year. I've done Savopoly. I like fun ones, so I'm weird. I do the little envelopes where I put the money in the envelopes and stuff, and then I put it into an account. I do it different ways. That's just who I am. I'm a planner girl. I like the stuff. I like the planners. I like the envelopes. I like the things. Thank you, Cheryl T. Go to the chalkboard or get it. Okay, so you almost caught me there, Jova. I almost said the whole thing. I hate this time of year, the holiday season. See, that's why we're gonna do it. That's why we're gonna do it, Black King. Because seriously, if we do it now, then by the holiday season, you got the money to spend for that. And you could be like, I want to get me a new pew for Christmas. Yay! It doesn't have to be for somebody else. So we seriously gonna do that. I'm gonna think of what it's gonna be my next Friday live. We will have a conversation because y'all know I'll be live again Sunday, this coming Sunday. And I ain't gonna be prepared yet. I gotta do my homework. Okay, give me a couple days. Y'all so mean. Just give me a minute. Ugh. But anyway, an apple. Oh, I'm terrible. I agree. You look very sophisticated. Y'all know I'll be cutting up. But I want to do that seriously. I'm going to do it regardless. So you might as well do it with me because I'm going to do it regardless. And then when we shopping, we should be like, girl, remember when we saved that money? Everything I got was for that. Was from that. Didn't touch the account. I'm not doing it, Jova. I'm not doing it. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put that together. Sunday, I don't know what we're gonna chat about Sunday yet. Y'all, I have been doing a lot. That's why I'm exhausted. Tonight I promised myself outside of my live I was not doing anything. But tomorrow I have not promised anything. And then Sunday I think it's gonna be a chill day for me. But there's a lot of content coming. If you haven't seen the dehydrated not dehydrate. Yeah, dehydrate the onion powder. How to make the onion powder from your onions that you're growing or store bought. You ain't got to grow them. I did put that did drop yesterday. So if you're thinking of what you want to do with those onions, you can dehydrate some of those and make your own onion powder. And there you go. I don't know the last time I bought gifts for the holidays. Me neither. I cook a great meal. Me too. That's pretty much what I do for the holidays. My youngest is 16, but she never wants anything. So Actually, I think last year I ended up getting her because she's the reason I have the Nintendo account. She has a Nintendo Switch. So when she wants, I usually get gift cards for her. And that's usually what she'll ask for Christmas, and then she can just load the gift card, and whenever she wants to buy a new game, she can purchase them. And I do that. Now the PlayStation is actually mine. The PS5 is mine, but she has a game on there that she plays that actually was my game, but I couldn't figure it out. So she plays it, and so I do get her gift cards for that as well, and she can buy stuff for that game that she plays on there. But yeah, so that's another thing too, like saving up money to get those gift cards for. If you're a gamer, I'm not an all the time gamer, but sometimes I will sit and game when I want to relax. I'll play my video games sometimes. Y'all know I'm an onion, even though I don't like them. I have many layers. There's a lot of things that I like. A lot of things. My young men are 32, 30, and 29. All they want is traditional food. I told you my daughter wanted chili last Christmas. That's why I was so upset that I didn't have crushed diced tomatoes and I had to go buy them. And I grow tomatoes. So this year I wanted to make sure I had diced tomatoes canned up so that I don't have to go buy them at the grocery store. So that's what I'm working on now. I am an onion. I have many layers. I just don't like them. I don't like onions. I don't dehydrate. You're terrible, Joe Biden. Y'all have a good one. For those who watch RGG, he'll be live at 9, I think. I don't know for a fact, but he usually go live on Fridays. 2A in LA will be dropping a premiere tomorrow at 10 o'clock my time. So 10 o'clock Eastern, and I want to say 7 o'clock Pacific. I think I be knowing my time more than anybody's, okay? Because it's 10 o'clock a.m. my time. Auntie Ellen goes live at 4 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. Urban sometimes goes live on Saturday, and if she does, it's going to be 9-ish. We always say ish because it could be 9:05 or it could be 9. Usually it's about 9 or 9:05. And FAM is going live Monday, y'all. So if y'all haven't seen what the topic is, I'm interested. I can't wait to see what's going on because he's got a live schedule for Monday. What man? What man? Belle, did I harvest what man? Girl, don't be telling my business on here. No. I have mint. I'll say that. I don't know what you're asking me, and I don't want to tell anything in case like it's just funny you asked that question. You couldn't possibly know the thing that in the backyard I have. You have something's gonna come out, and you're gonna be like, oh, that's what she was talking about. Because I'm like, who got this? But anyway, y'all have a great weekend. I will definitely see y'all in these YouTube streets and budget. Just get a budget together and we could talk about it more. I could talk about it more in depth. Actually, next time I'll probably bring my planner in here, let y'all get in my business a little bit to see how I do it. But definitely start working on that. My grocery bill was the first bill I had to rein in. I was spending almost $1,000 a month on groceries when I started budgeting, and now I spend $300 a month on groceries. It's doable. I did. I did. I did, Belle. It's something else has happened since then, but you'll find out soon. You'll find out soon. Good night, everybody. Y'all have a great one. I'm about to look, it's gonna be like a snap of the fingers. This gonna end and I'm gonna be in comfies. Don't nobody video call me. Okay. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll see y'all in these streets.